NASA's SpaceX Crew-10 mission has made a significant leap toward its upcoming launch, with the four-member astronaut team landing at Kennedy Space Center in Florida on Friday. The crew is scheduled to embark on their journey to the International Space Station ISS on Wednesday, March 12 aboard the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket and the Dragon Endurance spacecraft. This mission is particularly notable as it will facilitate the return of two astronauts, Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams, who have been stranded at the ISS since June 2024 due to complications experienced during their flight on Boeing's Starliner capsule. As the Crew-10 astronauts stepped off a NASA Gulfstream V jet, they were greeted by a throng of approximately 55 media members, highlighting the excitement surrounding this mission. Crew-10 commander and McClain, a seasoned astronaut and U.S. Army colonel, expressed her exhilaration at the opportunity. "Man, it's so incredible to fly into this landing strip knowing that we don't have a return ticket back to Houston." Her enthusiasm is shared by her fellow crew members, which includes Nichole, Ayers, Takuya Onishi from the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, and Kirill Peskov from Roscosmos. The Crew-10 mission will not only transport the four astronauts but also serve as a critical handover period with the Crew-9 astronauts, who have been conducting scientific research and maintenance aboard the ISS for the past 6 months. Crew-9 has been doing a spectacular mission for the last 6 months, and we're ready to high-five them, bring them home in the coming weeks, McClain stated, emphasizing the collaborative efforts that characterize NASA's manned spaceflight endeavors. The Crew-10 launch is set for 7:48 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on March 12 from Launch Complex 39A. If successful, the Dragon Endurance spacecraft is expected to dock with the ISS by approximately 10 a.m. the following day, marking a pivotal moment in the ongoing collaboration between NASA and SpaceX. The mission will also facilitate the return of Wilmore and Williams to Earth, who are set to splash down off the Florida coast on March 19 or 20, weather permitting. In the background of this mission, NASA and SpaceX are also preparing for the launch of the SPHEREx space observatory, which aims to map 450 million galaxies over the next 2 years. The launch, initially scheduled for March 8, was postponed to allow for additional rocket checkouts. The SPHEREx mission is particularly significant as it will provide insights into galaxy formation and evolution while also exploring cosmic inflation, a theory that explains the rapid expansion of the universe after the Big Bang. These concurrent missions highlight a busy period for NASA and its partners, showcasing advancements in space travel and science. As the Crew-10 astronauts prepare for their launch, they embody the spirit of exploration and collaboration that defines modern spaceflight. The outcomes of these missions could pave the way for groundbreaking discoveries about our universe while also underscoring the resilience of human ingenuity in overcoming challenges in space exploration. With the Crew-10 launch just days away and the SPHEREx mission awaiting its new launch window, the coming weeks promise to be a thrilling chapter in the ongoing saga of space exploration. As teams work diligently to ensure the success of these missions, the insights gained could not only enhance our understanding of the cosmos but also inspire future generations of explorers. NASA's SpaceX Crew-10 mission is poised to launch this Wednesday, March 12, 2025, marking a significant milestone in the ongoing collaboration between NASA and SpaceX. The mission, which will see the Crew-10 astronauts travel to the International Space Station ISS, comes as a critical step in facilitating the return of two stranded astronauts, Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams, who have been aboard the ISS for an unexpected 9 months. The Crew-10 team, consisting of NASA astronauts and McClain and Nichole, Ayers, Japan's Takuya Onishi from JAXA, and Russian cosmonaut Kirill Peskov from Roscosmos, arrived at Kennedy Space Center in Florida on Friday, readying for their launch aboard the Dragon spacecraft Endurance. This spacecraft has a storied history, having previously supported several missions including Crew-3, Crew-5 and Crew-7. The decision to utilize Endurance instead of a newly constructed Dragon capsule underscores a strategic move by NASA and SpaceX to expedite the return of Wilmore and Williams, who were originally set for a brief 10-day mission aboard Boeing's Starliner spacecraft that turned into a prolonged stay due to technical complications. "Man, it's so incredible to fly into this landing strip knowing that we don't have a return ticket back to Houston," remarked McClain, encapsulating the thrill and gravity of their impending journey. The Crew-10 astronauts will launch from Pad 39A at 7:48 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on a Falcon 9 rocket aiming to dock with the ISS the following day around 10 a.m. The mission has garnered increased attention due to the unexpected challenges faced by Wilmore and Williams. Initially launched on June 5, 2024, their Starliner mission faced thruster malfunctions and helium leaks, compelling NASA to decide against bringing them back aboard their spacecraft. Instead, they remained on the ISS, adapting to its ongoing research and operations while awaiting their return via the SpaceX Dragon. NASA's Commercial Crew Program Manager Steve Stick acknowledged the importance of this mission, stating, "This is a huge mission for us on Crew-10, particularly highlighting the return of Wilmore and Williams." The transition between Crew-10 and Crew-9 will involve a 2-day handover period during which the two crews will collaborate aboard the ISS before Crew-9 undocks on March 16, contingent on favorable weather conditions. Reflecting on her time aboard the ISS, Williams expressed a deep appreciation for her crew and the collaborative spirit that has defined their mission. As she hands over command of the ISS to cosmonaut Alexei Ovchin, and Williams emphasized the significance of international partnerships in space exploration, particularly as NASA prepares to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Apollo-Soyuz mission. As the countdown to launch continues, the space community eagerly anticipates the successful execution of Crew-10's mission and the safe return of Wilmore and Williams. The Crew-10 launch not only underscores the resilience and adaptability of space missions but also highlights the essential collaboration between international space agencies. As the next generation of astronauts prepares to embark on their journey, the future of human space exploration looks increasingly promising, with each mission serving to expand our understanding of life beyond Earth. In a significant milestone for NASA's ongoing partnership with SpaceX, the Crew-10 mission has successfully landed at Kennedy Space Center in Florida, setting the stage for a much-anticipated launch to the International Space Station (ISS) this Wednesday. The Crew-10 astronauts, comprised of NASA's and McClain and Nichole, Ayers, Japan's Takuya Onishi, and Russian cosmonaut Kirill Peskov, arrived on Friday afternoon, greeted by a throng of media and NASA officials, underscoring the heightened interest in this mission. The Crew-10 mission promises to be a pivotal moment not just for the astronauts involved but also for the future of human spaceflight. Scheduled to launch aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket and Dragon endurance spacecraft from Launch Complex 39A, the liftoff is targeted for 7:48 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Wednesday. Once in orbit, the Crew-10 team will conduct a brief handover with Crew-9, which includes astronauts Butch, Wilmore, and Suni Williams, who have been stranded on the ISS for an extended duration due to complications with their original spacecraft. Reflecting on their imminent adventure, McClain expressed her excitement, stating, "Man, it's so incredible to fly into this landing strip knowing that we don't have a return ticket back to Houston. We are going to take a little bit of an adventure before we go back." These sentiments capture the thrill and uncertainty that space travel entails, particularly for those who have spent significant time away from Earth. The upcoming mission is not without its challenges. The Crew-9 astronauts, who initially launched aboard Boeing Starliner capsule, faced a series of technical difficulties that prevented their return. After their spacecraft returned empty in November, NASA opted to integrate Wilmore and Williams into the Crew-9 rotation to expedite their return journey. This transition underscores the complexities and unpredictabilities inherent in space missions. NASA's Commercial Crew Program Manager Steve Stick highlighted the importance of the Crew-10 mission, especially considering the 2 reserved seats for Wilmore and Williams. "This is a huge mission for us on Crew-10," he noted during a recent mission briefing. Meanwhile, SpaceX's Vice President of Build and Flight Reliability William Gerstenmayer discussed the ongoing review of data from a recent Falcon 9 incident, emphasizing the need for thorough analysis to ensure the reliability of future launches. After Crew-10's launch, the two teams will spend approximately 2 days aboard the ISS for handover activities before Crew-9's return to Earth, which is projected for March 16. The anticipated splashdown will depend heavily on favorable weather conditions set to occur off the Florida coast, as the Crew-10 astronauts prepare for their mission. They have already begun their pre-flight quarantine to minimize health risks prior to the launch. This precaution is a standard procedure to ensure the safety of the astronauts as they embark on their journey. In conclusion, as Crew-10 gears up for its launch, the mission not only symbolizes NASA's commitment to advancing human space exploration but also highlights the collaborative efforts required to navigate the complexities of space travel. With their sights set on the ISS, the astronauts are ready to contribute to ongoing scientific research while marking a new chapter in NASA's partnership with SpaceX. As the space community eagerly anticipates the launch, the future of human spaceflight remains bright with many more missions on the horizon. In a groundbreaking study, NASA has unveiled critical insights into the interplay between land subsidence and rising sea levels, highlighting the intricate dynamics that threaten coastal communities. This research, led by Maren Gavorsen, a remote sensing scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, emphasizes that the movements of land can significantly impact flood risks, often in ways that were previously underestimated. The study utilized advanced satellite data to monitor land subsidence along California's coastline, revealing alarming rates of sinking in certain areas, especially around the San Francisco Bay. Gavorsen noted, in many parts of the world, like the reclaimed ground beneath San Francisco, the land is moving down faster than the sea itself is going up. This observation is particularly concerning as even minor shifts in land elevation can exacerbate flooding risks when combined with rising sea levels. Current projections estimate that California's sea levels could rise between 6 to 14.5 inches by 2050. However, when factoring in the rates of land subsidence uncovered in the study, some areas sinking at over 0.4 inches per year, the potential increase in sea levels for vulnerable locations could be more than double the initial estimates. This is a stark reminder of the urgent need for comprehensive assessments that account for both terrestrial and oceanic changes. The implications of this research extend beyond California. Similar patterns of land subsidence have been observed in other major urban areas, including New York City and New Orleans. For instance, New York is slowly sinking under the weight of its skyscrapers, while Louisiana's coast faces increased risks from storm surges due to sinking land. These findings underscore the complexity of climate change impacts, which are driven by a combination of factors including ocean warming and the melting of glaciers, all exacerbated by greenhouse gas emissions. The study also highlights a critical gap in previous research, which primarily relied on tidal gauge data that offered a limited perspective on sea level changes. By employing satellite technology, researchers can capture a more holistic view of how land dynamics interact with rising seas. This approach is crucial for developing effective strategies to mitigate flooding and protect vulnerable communities. As coastal cities grapple with the reality of climate change, the findings from NASA's studies serve as a wake-up call. The connection between sinking land and rising seas is a complex challenge that requires urgent attention and innovative solutions. Communities must adapt to these shifting realities, which could involve revising infrastructure plans, enhancing flood defenses, and implementing sustainable land management practices. Looking ahead, the integration of satellite data and advanced modeling techniques will be vital in forecasting future risks and informing policy decisions. As climate change continues to evolve, understanding the nuanced relationship between land movement and sea level rise will be critical in safeguarding coastal regions. The urgency to address these challenges is paramount as the window for effective action narrows in the face of accelerating environmental changes. In the ever-evolving quest to unveil the mysteries of Mars, NASA's Perseverance rover has made a groundbreaking discovery that reignites the debate over the red planet's watery past. A recent analysis of unusual Martian rocks initially overlooked has revealed the presence of minerals that suggest Mars may have once harbored conditions suitable for life. As humanity continues to grapple with the question of whether life ever existed beyond Earth, these findings offer tantalizing clues. The rocks in question were unearthed shortly after Perseverance landed in the Jezero crater, an area believed to have once contained a lake. At first glance, these rocks seemed unremarkable, but scientific scrutiny using Perseverance's SuperCam instrument has led to an unexpected revelation. Researchers discovered that these rocks are rich in aluminum and kaolinite, a clay mineral that typically forms in warm water-rich environments on Earth. Roger Wiens, a planetary scientist from Purdue University, emphasized the implications of this finding, stating, "On Earth these minerals form where there is intense rainfall and a warm climate, or in hydrothermal systems such as hot springs. Both environments are ideal conditions for life as we know it." The presence of kaolinite could challenge long-held assumptions about Mars being a barren wasteland throughout its history. If further analysis confirms its existence in the bedrock, it could provide direct evidence of long-standing bodies of water on Mars, bolstering theories that suggest the planet may have been capable of supporting life. However, scientists face questions about the unique characteristics of the Martian kaolinite, which appears to be significantly harder than its Earth counterpart. This anomaly, along with the discovery of spinel, a mineral typically found in igneous and metamorphic rocks, adds layers of complexity to our understanding of Mars' geological processes. Perseverance has identified approximately 4,000 fragments of these intriguing minerals scattered around the Jezero crater, but their origins remain unclear since they are detached from the bedrock. The rover's continued exploration may yield more definitive evidence, particularly if kaolinite can be found embedded in the Martian bedrock, which would solidify the theory of a once watery environment. In a related development, Perseverance has also undertaken a novel experiment by crushing a rock named Green Gardens to examine its hidden properties. This unorthodox approach allowed the rover to analyze serpentine minerals, which are indicative of past interactions with liquid water. This experiment utilized the rover's contact sensor, creatively repurposed to compact loose rock fragments into a stable surface for analysis. The findings could provide critical insights into Mars' ancient water history and potential habitability, further highlighting the rover's adaptability in scientific exploration. As Perseverance continues its journey toward areas like Witch Hazel Hill, where older rock formations await examination, the potential for groundbreaking discoveries remains high. The rover's ability to innovate and adapt its instruments signifies a promising future for Martian exploration, where simple yet creative problem-solving can lead to significant scientific breakthroughs. With each new revelation, the narrative of Mars evolves, keeping scientists and enthusiasts alike eagerly anticipating the next chapter in the quest to understand our celestial neighbor. NASA is embarking on a groundbreaking mission that could redefine the future of space exploration. Set to launch in 2026, a trio of autonomous rovers powered by artificial intelligence will venture to the Moon as part of the Cooperative Autonomous Distributed Robotic Exploration (CODRE) mission. This initiative represents a significant leap in robotic exploration, as these rovers will operate independently of human commands, marking a new chapter in our efforts to explore extraterrestrial environments. Developed at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory (JPL), the CODRE rovers have recently completed rigorous testing to ensure their readiness for the harsh conditions of space travel. Engineers meticulously simulated the intense vibrations of launch exposure to cosmic radiation and the extreme temperature fluctuations on the lunar surface. Following successful evaluations, the rovers are now being prepared for integration with their lunar lander, set to be launched aboard Intuitive Machines' IM-3 mission. The CODRE mission is not merely an exploration endeavor, it embodies a fundamental shift toward autonomous robotic teamwork in space. Equipped with onboard cameras and ground-penetrating radar, the rovers will collaborate to map and analyze the Moon's terrain, making real-time decisions based on their surroundings. This autonomy is crucial, particularly given the communication delays between Earth and the Moon, which can hinder timely human intervention. Once deployed from the Nova C lander in the Reiner Gamma region, a site renowned for its enigmatic bright swirls and distinctive magnetic fields, the rovers will embark on a 2-week mission powered by solar energy. Their findings could provide invaluable insights into the Moon's geology and history, potentially identifying resources that may support future human missions. NASA views the CODRE mission as a critical step toward more advanced explorations beyond the Moon. The technology developed for these rovers could eventually pave the way for similar autonomous teams on Mars' icy moons and even asteroids. Instead of relying on single costly rovers, future missions may consist of fleets of robotic explorers capable of covering greater distances and performing more complex scientific tasks. This initiative is part of NASA's broader Commercial Lunar Payload Services (CLPS) program, which aims to foster collaboration with private companies in lunar exploration. The CADRE mission also aligns with NASA's game-changing development program and the Lunar Surface Innovation Initiative, which focus on advancing technologies for deeper space missions. As the CADRE rovers prepare for their historic journey, their success could significantly influence the design and execution of future space expeditions. With the potential to operate independently, these AI-driven machines may lead humanity into a new era of exploration where the mysteries of not only the Moon but other celestial bodies can be unraveled with unprecedented efficiency and insight. As we look ahead, the implications of this mission stretch far beyond lunar exploration, suggesting a future where autonomous robots may become the primary explorers of our solar system.